mark my words, I promise you guys, in 20 or 30 years, I want you guys to remember this video, share this, assuming YouTube is still a thing, share this video everywhere, because right now there is almost zero respect for Eminem as an artist. What's going on, YouTube and Big Brain Gang? It is Tried117 back again with another video, and this time I'm not bringing you guys a music degree reaction, but instead I'm going to be bringing you guys a big brain thing, okay? So a lot of you guys know me from, like I said, my music degree reactions. I have my degree framed right behind me on the wall. What I like to do is I like to bring the knowledge and information for all of you guys to your favorite artists and their songs, but there has been a few situations, as you guys could tell by the title and the thumbnail, some specific things that I kind of want to touch on that I feel is very, very important. So I kind of have some notes on my second monitor over here because I want to make sure it's not a shot at Stevie Knight and the person that I'm not going to mention in this video, because I feel like this person that Stevie Knight has been bringing on recently, is honestly doing a lot of damage, I think, to the music culture and to just music history in general. Technology is getting more powerful every day, every single minute, and there's a lot of dangers that can come with that. And, you know, I studied music history back in school. There's a lot of things that, especially now that it's all recorded and out there, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard it, it's not going away ever, right? And so there's a lot of disservice that you can do, especially to music, since technology is as powerful as it is now, if you're putting false information out there, okay? So I have a couple of notes. I'm going to keep this video as organized as possible just so I can kind of get my thoughts across. Feel free to discuss and say whatever in the comments. Welcome everybody. The Big Brain Gang is all about open ideas, pretty much saying anything that you want, being respectful, basically that idea of mutual respect regardless of opinion. So the person, again, that this name I'm not going to be bringing up, they have their opinions and preferences, and that's totally fine, but there's an element and kind of a wall that you hit, that mutual respect pretty much ends. And I feel like this person has breached it, just gone absolutely ridiculous, okay? So if Stevie Knight, if you're watching this, maybe the person that I'm not going to name, if you're watching this, guys, I have nothing but respect for everybody out there. This is not shots to anybody, but this is my personal opinion on why I think, you know, the videos that Stevie Knight is doing with this person is doing damage that may never be fixed. History has proven that, you know, irreparable damage is possible, and it really is just a disservice to all of these artists, especially when they reach such elite status in their own art. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and get started, guys. So Stevie Knight recently, he has a big platform here on YouTube known for breaking down bars and kind of going into the musical aspects of rap and you know, some other music as well. Okay, so this dude, he's an awesome guy. I could tell that he really cares. He's able to kind of bring an unbiased approach to a lot of the music that he looks at, regardless of his favorite rappers, artists, whatever. He's able to give respect when it's due, okay? And in this topic today, it's going to be about Eminem, okay, guys? So especially with a lot of his new music that he's been releasing, the Killer remix and everything else. This individual that Stevie Knight has been bringing on to his YouTube videos is basically putting a lot of false information out there. And I just really can't stand for it. It's really, really annoying. And honestly, it's not, it's just disrespectful. Okay. Personally, I think that this person that I'm not going to name is doing this to get attention. What a lot of people do. I mean, you bring up Eminem's name in pretty much anything. And if you rile up the fan base, like a lot of people like to, your name's going to get out there. You're going to get more popular. And I definitely know that, I almost said his name. If I do say his name, I'm probably going to bleep it out because I do not want to give this person any more attention than they deserve. But I feel like this topic does need to be touched and talked about because it is very important. Okay, I feel like this person is using Stevie Knight's platform to gain more attention, to rile up a fan base, of a very passionate fan base for decades. And I just find it very, very disrespectful. A lot of the things that he says about Eminem, his artist, and he basically hides in the shadows with things like, you know, it's cool, it's not impressive, and he called Eminem a mediocre rapper, which is probably the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. I'm trying to bring a more respectful, understanding approach to all of this, but basically the things that he's saying is just uncalled for, okay? Everybody has their preferences. I saw a group of friends yesterday, all of them hate Eminem, and that is totally fine. That's not what this is about, right? But when you start putting out false information, there was a couple of things. I watched maybe 15 minutes of the live reaction with Stevie Knight and this individual, and all I heard were just blatant lies coming out of this guy's mouth. He said that Kamikaze didn't even go gold. Music to Be Murdered By didn't even go gold, which is just blatantly false, right? And if you have a platform, especially like I said, with this technology revolution that is happening right now, if you have a platform and you're blatantly putting out false information for probably two reasons. One, you literally just don't know anything on the topic or subject, or two, you're doing it to get a reaction out of everybody. One, again, that's disrespectful. That's abusing your power and your platform. And that's honestly putting dirt on somebody's name that they don't deserve, right? I would say that about anybody. Putting out falsified numbers, and people are going to believe you if you have this platform. Anything that you say, this is just human nature. Somebody that has a big platform, if you say something with confidence, they are going to believe the words that are coming out of your mouth. So putting out blatant false information like Kamikaze and Music to Be Murdered By didn't even hit gold is just false. It's a whole process, right? It's like a train or the snowball effect. You say all of these lies and all of these things, people are going to start believing you, and it's just you're throwing dirt that does not belong on somebody's name. Maybe there's other reasons, right, that are valid reasons, that are subjective opinions that you want to put on Eminem as an artist, or he just isn't your cup of tea. That's totally fine, right? But to put out blatant false information on somebody, the biggest rapper of all time, right? That's just disrespectful. And I don't understand why Stevie Knight is bringing this individual onto his channel continuously. I think he's trying to convince him and maybe bring him to the light, but can't make a horse drink, or whatever that saying is, right? You can lead him to the water, but you can't make a horse drink. And it is honestly pretty obvious that he is doing this just to get a reaction out of everybody. And someone that cares deeply about music as I do, honestly, as educated in music as I've seen it happen throughout history, right? And Eminem has alluded to this a lot of times. He's compared himself to Elvis. Other people have compared himself to Elvis when he had first started, right? Rattling the culture, bringing out ideas and talking and rapping about things that were not really. Elvis used to shake his hips, and people said that him and all of his supporters are going to hell, right? Same thing with Eminem. Anybody that supported him, Eminem is one of the only, I think, the only artist to demand a joint session of Congress because of how impactful and how much his music shook the culture, right, when it came out. And so it's honestly undeniable, right, how much of an impact Eminem made on the culture. But when you have somebody with a platform and then somebody with a bigger platform, kind of, when you have this individual piggybacking on Stevie Knight and just putting out blatant information, and it's already cool. It's already awesome to put dirt on Eminem's name, right? And so that is totally fine and whatever. Like I said, the Big Brain Gang, everybody has their opinions, and that's totally cool. He may not be your cup of tea, but the one thing that should not be allowed, and that I wish Stevie Knight would call this individual out on, is just blatant false information, especially on your own platform. So I'm kind of confused, and I don't understand why, Stevie Knight's allowing this to happen. So I'm going to continue on, and I'm just basically going to break this down, because this video can be forever, and I don't want it to sound like I'm, being condescending, or I'm just talking forever about this subject and hounding anybody. That's not what this is about. This is supposed to be a constructive video where you're going to get information out of it when you finish watching it. Okay. So I'm going to break it down into 3 things. Basically, I just want to show the things that I really enjoyed from Stevie Knight throughout this thing. I'm not going to watch the video. If you guys want me to break down the video, I totally will. I've never been shy to talk about anything. So if you guys want me to, and if you want me to show the positive and negative things from this video, I definitely will. But the top 3 things that I really enjoyed and I think are applicable to the live video of them breaking it down together is this. Okay, so there's pretty much 3 ways to convince somebody of something that they don't believe in. Okay, 1 is to just blatantly explain and show the genius or the appreciation, or why other people appreciate them and their art. Okay, Stevie Knight did that with Eminem continuously. And this individual just completely ignored all of it, right? And again, you can have your preference and stuff, but when you say bars, man, like the I'll reptilian like a chameleon, like that is a hard bar. Like that is an insane bar. And to just say, he's obviously doing it for a reaction, and I just don't understand why Stevie Knight just puts up with it. And it's obvious. You can tell by his body language. No Life Shaq alluded to this as well. This man is probably a fan. He probably is, but he's doing this to, again, throw dirt on Eminem's name and get his name bigger. And I just don't understand why Stevie Knight keeps bringing him on. So that's the first one of how you can convince somebody. Just blatantly explain what's going on. The second one is to compare them to their favorite, in this case, artist, right? So this individual's favorite artist, he's a Jay-Z guy. He really likes Jay-Z. He thinks Jay-Z is the GOAT, right? And this video is not about Jay-Z versus Eminem. That's not what I'm going to do. But Stevie Knight brought up multiple points on why Eminem completely washed Jay-Z pretty much throughout his entire career, right? There are different flows. There are different approaches to music, which I love talking about, and I won't do that in this video. But in a way, they can be uncomparable, but on what we're talking about, bars, speed, the ability to master the English language, Jay-Z does not even come close to Eminem, okay? And the fact that I almost said his name again, this individual cannot back up and look at this through a constructive and educational perspective, pretty much says everything that you need to know about this guy, okay? So that's the second thing. You use Eminem and you compare it to his favorite Jay-Z, and he just still blatantly ignored it. Fine. The third one, which I mostly appreciated from Stevie Knight, is you have them explain their terms on specific words, or in this case, it was filler, right? If you guys watched this video, they talked about filler for a while. This individual explained what he believed filler to be, which is unnecessary words just to rhyme, just to keep going. And then this number 3, to convince somebody of something, is to disprove their logic in specific instances, in this case, a song, right? This individual was saying that Eminem's verse on the Killer remix was full of filler. So then Stevie Knight went, okay, well, show me where. He showed him a place, and Stevie Knight said, no, this was because of this, which related to this, and here's the bar, and here's the triple, quadruple entendre relating to all of this. And this individual goes, it's not impressive. That's not the topic at discussion right now. We don't care if you're impressed or not. And this is the kind of the main point that I wanted to shoot across, because everybody loves to talk down on the stands, Eminem stands. Totally fine. Again, you can say whatever you want. In America, at least, we have free speech, okay? If you say that that's not impressive, right? Totally fine. The stan fan base is not trying to get you, in this case, this individual of Stevie Knight's, on Stevie Knight's channel, him to say, you like Eminem, you have to like Eminem. What the stan fan base is trying to point across to this individual is that he is undoubtedly mastering the English language before our eyes. I did say this when I was studying in school, in college, is that Eminem is going to be one of those artists. We look back in 20-30 years where we say this artist is the next Elvis. This artist, mark my words, I promise you guys, in 20 or 30 years, I want you guys to remember this video, share this, assuming YouTube is still a thing, share this video everywhere, because right now there is almost zero respect for Eminem as an artist and lyricist in the hip-hop game. And I promise in 20-30 years, when this, I mean, let's say 30 or 40, man, because hopefully he doesn't, pass away or anything time soon, I know when Eminem passes away, that everybody is going to be saying he's the GOAT, the best lyricist of all time. Nobody will ever touch him. Right before our eyes, we are seeing him master the English language, and there is almost zero respect for it, especially in the hip-hop game, okay? And so I'm gonna spend the last couple of minutes of this video, I'm gonna be editing it up so you guys hopefully enjoy it. There are a couple of ideas that this individual touched on that I just basically want to debunk, spend the last couple of minutes debunking, okay? So this guy was pretty much, he pretty much came into the mainstream dogging on Eminem, saying that he is only popular and he's only a good rapper because he is white, okay? Then simultaneously, 5-10 seconds later, he is saying that he only believes that the rappers that we should be talking about, and the rappers that are only the best, they have to be black. If you're going to say that it's wrong that a rapper, highest selling rapper of all time based on his skin color, if you want to say that it's wrong that a rapper climbed the ranks, let's say that he's right, okay? Let's say that this individual is right about all of this. To say that it's wrong to prop an artist up based on their race, that is exactly what he is doing in return. So either it's right or it's wrong, right? That's all I'm here to say. I'm not saying that I agree or disagree, but you can't play a hypocrite with the type of fan base and the amount of support that you have during this technological revolution. You just can't, because all of your words are going to be recorded forever. And again, honestly, maybe this video doesn't matter. Maybe no matter what I say, nothing's going to change, but it is very important to point out when somebody is wrong, okay? When they're just blatantly wrong. I know a lot of people say that music is subjective. Music, you have your own preferences. I said that earlier in the video, but there are facts and right and wrong things in music, okay? So The second thing that I want to touch up on is when I was watching this live, for I couldn't stand after 10, 15 minutes. When I was watching them dissect this verse, I have never seen this individual be as hard in regard to critique than I've ever seen him in Eminem's verse, right? There are two other people that go before Eminem in the Killer remix, and he enjoyed it, he liked it, and it was awesome. He wasn't as nitpicky as he was when Eminem's verse came on. And that in itself, Eminem has talked about that through his career. Everybody holds him to the higher standard, and what's really sad is that the higher standard is himself. It's only as good as other things that he's put out, and if it doesn't hit that, he's a failure. Everybody talks about this. It's an idea that he's described so many times, and I just think it's very sad. We're watching it before our eyes that this individual is doing that exact thing. So again, guys, I just wanted to come up on here, address these ideas that I think are just wrong. Again, you guys can go do whatever you want. Look for this individual if you want. Again, it's on Stevie Knight, and I'm going to tag him in this video, so you guys will probably see in some of the most recent videos. But me personally, I'm not going to be saying this person's name. The closest thing is going to be the thumbnail where I'm bringing attention to this individual, and I really do hope in 20 or 30 years, if YouTube is still around, that this video does come around again, because I am significantly younger than a lot of these other reactors, than a lot of these other people that break down music, but I will say I am pretty disappointed in a lot of the ways that these people are acting and kind of giving a bigger fan base or more support or just more attention to these people that really don't deserve it and are doing things strictly for attention. All of you guys know me, probably the closest thing that I do for just getting attention. I've never been scared to talk about anything, and I'm definitely sure as hell now not going to start right now at this second once I have a YouTube channel, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was at least constructive and respectful. Stevie Knight, the individual that we're talking about in this video, I hope you guys didn't take any offense to any of this. I'm just basically pointing out a lot of the things that I think are right and wrong, and again, complimenting a lot of Stevie Knight's rebuttals or explanations in the video that they did together, guys. So thanks again for watching the video. If you guys made it to the end, I really do appreciate you guys, and I do want you to drop that in the comments, because you guys are honestly the people that I do remember. I have a pretty great memory, and you guys are the people that I remember as I go about my day. You guys are the true supporters, and I do want to include this at the end. If somebody's going to say that I can't have an opinion unless I drop music better than somebody else, you guys are in for a little bit of a surprise. Anyway, little sneak peek. Everybody have a nice day. Big Brain Gang, stay true, stay you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.